We're back for Commander's Day,
Oh my god. It's like Data's Day, but not at all.
right?
It's a wrong thumbnail, even though it's very similar to the other thumbnail. It could almost be the same, but it's not, which is mildly funny itself. Where's it when it was? There you go. Because of Stargate and Farscape. Haha.
Hmm.
I like the photo shoot we did at your house in like 19 minutes. It's a lot of art already.
Sounds like very dirty.
Gotta make your bread sometime, haven't you?
Sure, sure.
You know. Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome
Hello.
back. Today we're doing another viewer's choice. You guys get
Mm-hmm.
to pick franchises that you want Sam here to rank in a
Yes.
tier list. We
Mm-hmm.
did mine yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We had some good ones.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the same ones are picked or what's going on,
Uh-huh.
what you guys want him to rank.
It's kind of a
Or-
sequel, right? So it's up to you if it's a better sequel than
Yeah,
the original. Because we,
this is a franchise now.
yeah, we don't put these in, right? This is you guys. So if you have good ideas, if bad ideas, etc. Let's see if we can make the second one just as good as the first. Maybe we're a trilogy.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And I've got the first two ready to
Oh,
go because Classic for Real PayPal. So if you notice on the L cards there, it does say PayPal. You get 2 for 1 that way, and it's a much better deal. Just saying.
yeah. Or you can like 2 for 1 and say, um, give one to the audience as well, etc. So that's kind of nice. You can be like, oh, here's five, one in the chat. Because a lot of people put in the chat and love that, but gotta support the channel, etc. So yeah, consider, and I will reiterate, born in 1993, so while that does not preclude me from seeing stuff in the 70s and 80s, um, if you can think back to that time, VHSs were a thing, TV was limited, it was appointment viewing only, and a lot of the older movies I'd watched because they were in the house on VHS. Doesn't mean I've not seen big franchises because they're very famous, but random 80s films that might have two, might not have seen, especially if, you know, they were inappropriate when I was young, and then when do you ever think I'll go back and watch a film from 40 years ago, right? So just keep that in mind. But, a lot of stuff, obviously, from modern. I played a lot of video games as well. So they have franchises, right? This is not specific. So video games, TV shows, movies, all count, the Mass Effect, the Halos, etc. Have a think, because I've been interested to compare some interesting ones. So I guess I'll start sharing. See you in a minute.
Okay, we do that. I'll tell you guys, hit the like button. 19 of you here, 14 likes. Get those likes up to 20. Just hit like if you haven't hit like yet already. I appreciate that. Don't forget to be subscribed to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed and they didn't unsubscribe you because it happens. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell icon to all if you don't miss any content from us, whether it be lives or edited content. So lots of ways to, make sure you see this stuff, I guess. There is a join button down there on YouTube. You can join the channel here on a monthly basis, or head on over to Patreon/Trekyards, which is another monthly way to support the channel, and it all helps us out immensely. One of the best things you can do is to super chat in during these lives with your comments or suggestions. Sean O'Sullivan's put in €2, which is not enough. It should be €5 for each, or $5 for each uh, franchise suggestion. But if you want to get 2 for 1, you can head on over to PayPal and do it that way. Just PayPal us at trekyards@hotmail.com. We will get the messages and put up the selections for Sam that way if you want. Lots of ways to support, but seeing all the fun colors in the regular chat is um, it's always good. And Kyle Wong, same thing, £2. It's supposed to be at least $5. So I know pounds are better than dollars, but if you could up it, that'd be cool. Um, yes. Also, there are links down below in the description of every video to the Teespring and the TeePublic store, some cool Trekyards merch, as well as a bunch of other merch. Any of these franchises that we're going to be talking about today are pretty much covered under those links. So if you want to check it out, and just clicking the link helps us out as well. So if you can do that, please do. Um, but yeah, looking forward to hearing what you guys have to throw at Sam today. Hopefully it's not mud and rocks and feces. I mean, that would be kind of cool. But do what you got to do. I don't think he's going to know Thundercats. Kyle Wong, just telling you right off the top, he's not going to know that. I'm surprised nobody mentioned Thundercats for me yesterday, because Thundercats is an interesting one. Thank you, Kyle Wong. Perfect. Appreciate it. But yeah, I will, try to do my best here.
Well,
So,
bam! Hello.
holy shit, he's back.
Yeah. I have returned to the land of the YouTubes. Sure, everyone
Dun,
missed
da, da,
me.
da. Oh, no, don't do that. Okay, there you go. All right.
Alright.
I have a question, Sam, and then you
Yeah.
might be able to help me with this.
Okay.
When I copy an image off of Google and then go to paste it into fucking slides,
Uh-huh.
for some reason it always pastes it right in the middle of the board.
Hmm.
Is there any way I can change it to paste it outside?
Well, I drag, I don't paste. So I've never done that once.
Oh,
And then it kind of does it somewhere. I've never registered the middle. That's interesting. I've never thought of just copy and pasting. That's interesting.
that's easier, I think. But can you just drag stuff off from Google into slides?
Maybe. I mean, they're both Google. I mean, I always just save as and then drag in,
Oh, yeah.
which is why I have to. Everything has to be working, so I have to keep pulling things and moving things, and yeah, it's a bit of a process. Not really, but like it
Okay.
adds up if you're doing it every few seconds. All right, let's do a
You
poll.
might see
as
things
well.
pop up that are coming up and I have to move them.
That's
It's
fine.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's do a poll as well.
Yes.
But where are we?
21 likes.
Where are we starting
That's
off?
awesome.
Well, bam.
Well,
Okay.
Classic for Real emailed us
Ooh.
or PayPal'd us. He says, whatever anime you've seen, Sam, that has hot chicks, and if not, then rate The Legend of Korra based strictly on how hot Korra looks. I know this is your day, but you may refer to Stuart for advice. And then the Inspector Clouseau, aka the Pink Panther series. I'm just going to do The Legend of Korra because we had that yesterday. You can rank it based on how hot she is.
Okay, so I'm not including Avatar as well because you asked a very specific criterion here. So hotness wise, I'd say a low C based on this one image.
Do you really want to put it in C though?
Sure. That was the criterion. I'm not, I've only seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a much better show than her hotness. But that was what I was designated to do. So I will respect the super chat. Disclaimer: Classic for Real was here.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right, and then
Interesting.
the next up, the Pink Panther cartoon series. There was an older one, and it's been a newer one as well. So
Yeah, I've seen clips. I mean, I'm sure I saw episodes when I was young, but I've never gone back and watched it. I don't think he could talk, and that was part of the gimmick.
I believe so. Yeah.
I would say C as well, as in I remember liking it, but not. I think it's partially memorable because like there are movies after called Pink Panther, and you're always like, well, that's not about the cartoon. I know it's not. It's about the diamond. Well, why is it called the same thing? And that's why it made me remember it versus being a.
Well, because Inspector Clouseau's in it. He's the carryover from the cartoon. So
Yeah, but it's not about the same. As a kid, it's like they're not about the same thing. So why would it be called the same thing? But the diamonds of Pink Panther. It's like, well, okay, sure, go for it. Okay.
all right, it's a good start, I guess.
And yeah, someone for Mass Effect because I do like Mass Effect. Ooh.
All right, so Kyle Wong throws in $2 and then tops it up. Oh, sorry, Sean O'Sullivan.
Yes.
Sorry, throws in €2 and says Red Dwarf. So
Yes.
no, you don't want to talk about Red Dwarf.
Yes. And then Kai puts in 2 and then tops up with another 3, which makes it 5. So we'll do Sean because it's great. But yeah, 5 is a good number, so keep that in mind. Yeah, Red Dwarf. I mean, it's one of the few social. It might not have like the biggest fandom ever, but how many shows can you say have had the same cast for 30 years? I mean, Doctor Who, they changed constantly. All the different soaps changed constantly. They're the same people, the same 4 since season 2, with some incredibly good episodes, some very medium episodes that are still funny, some wonderful sci-fi concepts. I rewatched seasons 1 and 2 like just the other week, and they're still funny. They're still entertaining. really ahead of its time, very clever. Just four entirely perfectly cast people who both have no arc, also some arc, and that's a really good balance. Yes, their third reset, second series comeback isn't necessarily as good as the first. They've done that a few times, but there's always something in each one to enjoy. And it's, it's shockingly good considering the budget, the time, and the design work. And if it was just a sitcom style thing, would be one thing. The fact the art design is also very solid. Bazooka looks great. Crichton looks great. The H is iconic. Like, the art is also fantastic. So for me, I've got to give this an S, just because it is shockingly good for the budget, for the time, for the popularity, for the jokes. It's, it is very, very good. And it's one of those things where less is more, but it still has a lot. And if something like Back to the Future, with only 6 hours, can be an S, potentially, there's more than 6 hours worth of good Red Dwarf. So, you know what I mean? Like, just that single definition, there is more better Red Dwarf than is Back to the Future. And do you want me to be the one to shift things into place that saves you one job?
Yeah.
Okay, can do. Any thoughts on that? Because you didn't get to wait yesterday. Because, you could say quite bold for an English TV show to get an S.
No, I would have given this an S too, just for its longevity and its cult status. Like, it's absolutely a winner, 100%. So yeah, I totally agree with that
I mean,
assessment.
there's not a better sci-fi comedy.
Are there any spin-off shows? Are there any games? I know there's a lot of books and things like that, but
Yeah, a lot of books, a lot of audio books. That is a fair point. Technically, there's an American spin-off twice, both failed.
yes, well, I don't consider that a spin-off. That's a reimagining.
But it's still spinning off the original idea in a new way, and obviously they brought Crichton in
Yes.
for the second American, so it is sort of a. So yeah, technically, yeah, because that's books, we'll call it a franchise. Never games, it wasn't that big, but many conventions. They were a mainstay of the convention circuit. But that is true. That is close to not being a franchise, but it has a lot of books and audiobooks, and comics, and a lot of quite a lot of merch. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that is close though. You're right. But it's got a franchise. It's had 14 series over the course of 30 years. That feels like a franchise, not just a show. So
Yeah.
very nice. And the poll, guys, a big question: what franchise is best? Stargate from yesterday or Battlestar Galactica? Vote now. Two strong hitters there.
All right, next up we got Kyle Wong.
Good to see you.
With the right amount because he topped it up because I told him to.
Yes.
Thundercats. Thundercats. I wish somebody would have said this for me yesterday.
Well, I've never seen one frame of it. All I know is the SNL jokes about how he looks ridiculous, where they bring someone in to wear his literal costume, but obviously in live action, so it looks ridiculous. So instant NA because I've never seen it. As far as I know, it was never shown in the UK, and certainly not when I could watch TV shows in the UK. It was certainly well past that era wise. So it's not that I've gone back and said I should watch an 80s cartoon that I hear is fine, like good, but not like one of the best of the era. There are better ones to watch. It's good, but there are better ones. Is why is why I think.
I'll just put in my 2 cents about it.
Yeah, please.
I really enjoyed this as a kid. It's got one of the best openings of any show or cartoon ever. The song is amazing. The action's amazing in the opening. The story is a little bit silly at times. It does kind of fall off at the end, but you got an excellent villain in Mumra. There are a few video games, like for Commodore 64 and stuff. Went on to have a fantastic toy line, which was immensely popular.
Well, was it made for toys in that era?
Yeah, absolutely. It was just a half-hour long toy commercial. But this is one that's lacking a live action movie or any kind of thing like that. Like, they've done revamped series. They had one that was really good and it just got canceled because of corporate stupidity. But it was a fairly good franchise, but I think it very much dwindled out. So I probably would have ranked it at like a B personally, but
yeah, fair. Yeah. But like I say, NA for that. It always in my brain it's one of the campier 80s shows. Not a bad thing, just on the list of them. Well, it's funny how your He-Man and your him both are less dressed men with swords. I wonder if that's just a thing that there was a latent homosexuality in Hollywood in the 80s, and therefore they brought in overly masculine men with swords who are half dressed. I don't know. Definitely a pattern. At least those two shows.
Yeah.
All right. Where next?
All right. Next up, we've got Kyle Wong again.
And again,
You're
goes
gonna move
PayPal 2 for
He-Man.
1.
Are you going to move He-Man?
Oh, sorry. It's not He-Man, but yeah. Sorry, I was.
Oh, sorry, Thundercats.
Years. Hold on. On the wrong tab.
Dun, 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 dun. Actually, if you want to read super chats, that'd be awesome as well, even though that's my job.
Yeah.
Yeah, so next up, we got Hunger Games.
One of those tween dramas. I saw all of them except the last one, because for me they got less interesting. I reasonably liked the first one, but it could have been more violent because it wasn't, and the premise is about child killing. So you would think it would have more graphic violence to play the premise. But it's a good premise. It spawned other things that were interesting. But some silly things are in it, of course. I mean, it's very fictitious and fanciful. But I think it lost steam. I don't know if, at least that's my cognizant zeitgeist, that it lost steam as a franchise, and while the ending might have been good, fine, it was like not quite keeping up with its potential. But obviously it gave us Jennifer Lawrence, who's great.
Wasn't keeping up with the Kardashians? What?
Sure. But some great art design for the people. It's a great cast. I know there's some good music, but it's everyone's ones where you need to watch the entire thing to get the point at the end, and the start is fine. So for me, has there any video games? I don't think so.
Not that I'm aware of. I never got into it. Never watched it.
Yeah, no Hunger Game video games. I'm sure there's books, etc. Based on books, but yeah, for me, this is one of those ones where I like other of this type more. This for me is like, that's all right, with some fun stuff. Although I know that it's famous for Jack Quaid Boimler being in it as like a guy that has he has a lot of eyebrow acting, so he's given very few lines, but he's in some scenes, and there's a supercut of all his performances in the film. And it's like he's in 3 minutes of on screen, and there's like one line, not a lot, is what I'm trying to say. So for me, I would give this a very low B, because it's better than Pink Panther from what I've seen, because there's a lot of good cinematography and stuff, but that might require things being pulled down depending, because contrast, of course. But yeah, I mean, it's a low B compared to what's in C, but we might have to see things shift, because I'm placing as I'm going,
as you tend to do.
Yeah, nice variety so far. And you can put the same ones as yesterday for Stuart. Like, these are all new ones, really. We have seen a lot of the same things as well, so, but I like it.
All right. So Olivia, $5. My favorite franchise is Trekyards, with your unofficial spin-off, Trekyards. It's not a spin-off at all. Trekyards, Samantha is better looking than Trekyards Samuel. So where would you? I mean, I've only seen one of their episodes, but
I mean, I watched a little bit of it, but I kind of refuse to watch the rest. So technically, I can't say NA, but I mean, it's so like, we sued them 3 or 4 times. They refuse to go away. I'm honestly a bit pissed you're showing it full screen. I mean, for some of your classics, great options, you've thrown it disrespectfully to the side. So I'm going to have to do that, because like, this is such a disrespect to what we do. It's going to have to be, off to the side and in this corner at F, because that's just Olivia, man, the lawyers might be on to you.
All right, I guess that's fair.
And you guys are doing loads of good ones that were not in yesterday. I love the new ones. Like, I'm watching the normal chat.
Yeah.
Loads of good ones.
I would have loved to have some of these.
Yeah, I'd love to have some of yours as well. We're not sharing it right now.
All right. So Kyle Wong is next with $5. £5. Karate Kid Cobra Kai. Because Cobra Kai is just a continuation.
Yeah, for sure. I love the zeitgeist of it. I've seen the first one when I was like 7, and I remember the second one was not reviewed well when I was older. And then I remember the Jaden Smith one getting ridiculed across the board, and then just getting universal acclaim. The fact they brought it back somehow as a new thing, and then the new one is out, either just come out, whatever. But I've seen minutes of this. You know, well, I did make a point when they include the de-aged bring back of the original Sensei in a recent piece. It's like, oh, let's look at the deep fake on that. And I was quite impressed. So haven't seen it because it's one of those things that you can't watch a show without the movie, and you'd have to watch all the movies, even the bad ones, to get the point of the show, which develops the. So again, I feel like a big commitment to go in and watch these things as much as they could be good. And I'm assuming it's kind of like a Top Gun effect, where the first one is good for the time and has some fun, but it's not the best. And then they expound upon it in really deep ways later. So still good, but I'm sure the show is better than the film because the film is doing something different. You know, because it can't. You know, it's a kid doing karate. It can't be that good, right? It's no Die Hard T2, but it can still be good, right? So haven't seen it. Don't have to sit down and see. But I feel like if I start watching it, I'd watch the whole thing, and I feel like a big commitment to all the show, etc. So NA, but I'm excited to eventually watch it and see how 80s low budget karate film holds up. No idea.
Perfect.
But I love watching interviews of the main guy because he was, like what, 25 when he was playing 16 or something, like that level of difference. There's interviews on
yeah,
there's interviews on Letterman, and he looks like he's 16 still, and he's like, so how old are you? I'm like, I'm 24, and the audience like, oh my god, like a huge reaction, and then obviously he just looks still great now, so amazing.
All right, tab extra 50 krona for all mankind.
Actually, the most I've ever seen of Karate Kid was Barney Stinson's reversal in How I Met Your Mother, where he saw it as the reverse. He saw the baddie as the goodie, and I always thought that was super clever that you could see that in the show.
Kind of true.
That's what I mean. Like, I like that context a lot. That it's perspective. Oh man, For All Mankind also not seen just because again felt like a big thing. And while I remember the trailer for the first season being like it's too modern for me. Like I don't like modern non-sci-fi so much. But I love the fact that it continued and they got more and more. And Mike and Dees are in it, as in tech people. But nothing about it particularly drives me to want to see it, except people say it's good. But then that's perspective, right? As in I might, that's something that you like, I don't like. But like it's something that I'm not drawn to watch it for any particular reason. Well, I'm sure it's great. It's like Mountain High Castle, like, or
that's fantastic too.
Yeah, or the Kevin Spacey thing that he got fired from, where he's like a governor or something. Like same thing, like top reviewed thing, but nothing about it is like I'm going to sit down and use my my very limited film making time or time with Marie to watch. But I did go watch Supernatural, mostly because at your house it was so good, and then Marie wanted to watch it, so I sat back and watched.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So again,
Sergeant Monk,
NA, but it's good. I know it's good. I just gotta sit down and watch it.
Sergeant Montgomery throws in a $2 one, so you're gonna have to top that up to $5. But we'll get there eventually.
Or put 3 in the PayPal and it goes up. Like that would count for a 1. Just saying, people have done that previously, so you can be clever.
All right. Next up we have Kyle Wong again, £5.
Dude,
OG Transformers, not Michael Bay. Now you have to include Michael Bay because that's part of the franchise.
True. Yes. So I've seen Beast Wars, which I loved, and half of the Michael Bay ones, and I liked all of them for different reasons. So for what I've seen, I've enjoyed. The only reason I didn't like part of 2 is because they did stupid things, but it still had some fun. I personally thought the battle in, I guess, New York at the end of the last one with Spock was really good. It was like hour and like a 45-minute giant battle, so I rather liked it. And Beast Wars I thought was excellent at the time. Oh, I did see one where they were kids and they had like a scooter that was a transformer, which seemed dumb, but in a good way, like kid way.
Stupid one. There's some awful Transformers series.
Yeah, well, they were trying to. I mean, it's not a premise that necessarily has the biggest life, because how do you hide people? Like how do you hide them? You can't keep. So you got to work out unique things, and they don't all work, right? Whereas Beast Wars is truly original concept. Loads of games. I know the music's great. I loved you sent me a mashup once that was really well edited. I can't remember what that was again, but that was like remember seeing that. I was like, that's really great.
Oh, yeah, the one I made, yeah.
Yeah, that was really well done. I mean, just from what I know, and again, the money and the zeitgeist of the toys, this has got to be an A. I mean, because again, much better than Hunger Games. But none of the stories I particularly am like, whoa about. As a franchise, it's super strong, but I think I like Transformers 3 the most because of the battles and the Spock, and that was very clever. Like the way they integrated Nimoy. I'll have to go back and watch Beast Wars again because it was pretty good. House of Cards, thank you, Matthew. But yeah, I don't know. No particular episode has ever like grabbed me. I like Bumblebee just fine, but it had some weird things at the end. Like it was really good, but it could have been a lot better, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got Ray Ricks, who's PayPal'd in. He's asking about Doctor Who and Torchwood.
Jesus Christ. Wow. Okay.
Well, it's an S.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've met every alive Doctor except Jodie and Shooty. Technically, I've only seen Chris Eccleston walking past me, but that counts. I met a Doctor Who fan film, where Marcus played the Doctor. It's a sort of show that it has no lore because they visit Earth throughout the universe, throughout times, and they just throw in dates whenever. And you can't have these giant apocalyptic events constantly and then keep going back and forward. Because he's not changing things. That's the Doctor's. He's not actually changing history 5,000 times. He's there, but he's not meant to change world events. So you can't just say, "Oh, he's always changing." I'll sort of reduce it. Yeah, I mean, wonderful. Is it the weakest? Is it the weakest it's ever been? Yes. Even Sylvester McCoy's last season was better, and Sylvester's a lovely man. He really is. It's a show that could go on forever, but they made some really hard right choices, as in like Left Turn, try and spice it up, and they all failed for the most part. They could have worked, but they didn't. And that's but it's like Star Trek. You can just do more gentle trips around the universe stories and be okay. You don't need universe ending. You can just keep doing nice adventures and people will like it, right? So, yeah, 100% S. It is fantastic, and possibly definitely one of the biggest S's in terms of actual content. It beats Star Trek and Star Wars because the comic books, the games, the audiobooks, the books. I mean, there's more audiobooks in Doctor Who than any other franchise. I would guess by a mile. So,
Mm-hmm.
Do you have Torchwood as well?
What?
Do you have Torchwood as well?
No. Just included in the Doctor Who because it's the same thing.
Well, yeah, but then you can Sarah Jane as well. But I mean, moot point, I suppose. But yeah, Torchwood would be certainly lower. I didn't like the last series. Some of it's really good. Some of it's not. It's not as good. It's not trying to be. It's trying to be its own thing. Good
Perfect.
ideas, though. Yeah.
All right. Olivia throws in $2, which is topped up by Classic for Real in the PayPal for Raj, the whole NCIS. And that's not just this one series, but there's multiple.
Oh my god! Wow. There's always gonna be crimes. And I mean, it's the franchise that proved you can never run out of ideas. Just tech changes, people change. I mean, I've seen episodes across the years. I've never binged the show because it's just a cop drama. Like there are loads of those, but everyone I've seen have enjoyed, like pretty well. There's a reason it's obviously stayed around for a long time, and I mean, an absurd amount of time, and it's had like 7 spin-offs. I mean, it's absolutely why, right? It's just, but there's something about it. But do I care about the stories of the characters? No. Right? And I mean, I've seen things like Castle, and that those are more my jam, bit more geek centric or more uniquely storied. This is more about characters on a one. Like I've seen Monk, that was very character, like one character kind of overrides. I mean, I got to give it a C for myself because it's not something I ever think of as being. Yeah, there are so many of these. This might be one of the best, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough of it to be like, whoa, it's amazing. There's lots of good.
I only really watched NCIS New Orleans because it had Archer in it, Scott Bakula. So
yeah. Damn, some interesting ones.
Yes.
Not the obvious ones.
Next up is Sergeant Montgomery Mako for asking for Riddick.
Ooh. Yes, so you got 3 movies and 2 games and various
With a cartoon as well.
animated movie. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
This one's tricky because it's the quality's all over the place. Pitch Black, fantastic film. CG holds up really, really well. Great film. He's a surprise hit. I think it's actually his first film as well. Chronicles of Riddick, stupid, but amazing art design. Stupid though. I still got the 4K, but it's stupid. And the music's great. And it's trying to be Star Wars, but the universe doesn't really work in that regard, although they tried really hard. And then Riddick, this one, really enjoyable. It's the same, it's the first film again, but with elements of the second film. Rather good, actually. Both games are good. Butcher Bay I really enjoyed. I thought that was really fun. Dark Athena was okay. See, I actually know this one. And yeah, the game was really special for Xbox. It had a lot of stuff that was really hard to do on Xbox. And that fact, I don't know if you know the story, but Vin Diesel, obviously, he's like the guy on this, not just literally, but also producer-wise. And he was trying to get the Riddick film, because he knew Chronicle wasn't a hit, or had some following. And he knew the brand had a lot of following, so when they were trying to make Riddick, he loved the script, which he helped produce, and they couldn't, there was a gap of funding to get to the last bit. Do you know the story?
No.
Yeah, so there's a gap of funding for the last bit. So what he did, he sold his house. His like Malibu mansion. I think it was like 3 or 4 million, and he put all of it into the film. So he fully self-funded the final gap, and it was a big gap. So the reason it was made, the reason it looks so good, is because he sold his house. Isn't that? I mean, you often talk about actors take a pay cut to be in a film, right? Like that's kind of absurd. And it's a good film. I'm glad he did, because it wasn't very high budget, but he needed it. Franchise wise, it's I mean, I think it's got to be an A, because it's really creative and fun in a not fun way. Definitely better than Hunger Games, for sure. Yeah, and just good cinematography, good acting. The games are actually rather good. Yeah, definitely an A, like a lower A, but like quality over quantity, with some fun ideas. Yeah, that was a good shout. Great to put in, guys.
All right. Next up, we've got from Classic for Real on PayPal. He wants you to rank Trekyards.
Jesus Christ. Well, we haven't been going.
Of course, he does.
We haven't been going as long as for Red Dwarf or Doctor Who, so instantly we're going to be lower than an S, because remember, rated more episodes, yes, but they have got compelling characters. So I like that. The facial hair on one is very compelling. I do miss when the early episode, season 1, where you looked up and you saw their nostril hair more. That was I missed that.
Wow.
But they never sold their house to make it, so I have to give them a B. I think they're about as good as a multi-million-dollar franchise, but not quite as good as a multi-million-dollar franchise that span eras and also sold the house. So I think that's fair. I think that's balanced.
Sure. Yeah. Next up, also from PayPal,
yes,
and
excellent.
Classic for Real, is Mass Effect.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, definitely a franchise, because it had multiple games, loads of books. They're now doing a TV show, which is great. Hopefully I've learned lessons from Halo and another one where they didn't just do. I know in theory you don't just want to do the game story again, because everyone knows the game story. But guess what people fell in love with the games? For the game story. So just make the game story a movie and then develop it after that. You got a sure hit. Like, you want to see, although how would you tell a 3-game epic where you're playing like 150 hours in a movie? Fair, I actually get that. Groundbreaking games, super fun at the time. So graphically intensive, my PC couldn't run it until I got a new graphics card. And that was great when I finally got a new graphics card. First game, I really liked the exploration. The character work is great. The art design's great. More than just generic sci-fi, because the aliens are so vibrant and interesting. Second game, far more tactical. Very compelling characters, like top level TV show level writing for characters. Number 3, mixed bag. Ending, of course, famously not a good ending. Not a good ending, and they apologized for it after. Doesn't hurt the entire game though, because it's a really small part of the game, which is fine. It is just Babylon 5 in game form, but with even more interesting like aliens, because they could do it. and I didn't play the spin-off, but I look forward to the next one. Franchise-wise, oh, and great music, really, really solid music. Franchise-wise, I mean, it's more respected, I'd say, than Riddick. I would like to say more people have played it or seen it in Hunger Games, but I don't know.
Mhm.
But it hasn't spawned quite as much, although I think when the TV show comes out, that will raise it instantly, especially if it's good, because that will reach a whole new audience. And the games are still very playable today. I think in terms of art design, character work, and aliens, and they really went for aliens, I'm going to give this a low A as well, because it's such a well-achieved piece of media. And they didn't just go simple with it. They really,
Yeah. And Classic Furry wants me to mention that he did that one for Dan Ben, because Dan Ben had mentioned it earlier. So
absolutely. We do support co-whatevering.
all right.
Very
Next
nice.
up is another PayPal from
Super.
Classic for Real. Wants to talk about Don Power Ranger, which is Donnie from our chat. He's got his own YouTube channel. I don't know. This is not him, but whatever.
Oh, okay. I mean, easily a B, because I think he's just as good as Trekyards. I think he's been going just as long, just as famous. And to have such a mentality where all media can be 9 out of 10 or higher takes a lot of courage. And courage like that is a B.
Oh, you should have left a full image, so it was just a sliver.
Okay, that's actually a really fair point.
I know. That's why I'm
I
getting
like
the images that I get in. Anyway, yeah, I've seen some of Don's stuff. I mean, I don't even know if he's here right now. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
Well, I know I'm definitely fearing because there's no fleet ball, so I can
Oh
sense
yeah,
the fear.
he's never here anymore, so it's
I can
fine.
sense the fear.
Next up is a Ray Ricks PayPal
Oh, hey Ray, good to see you.
Farscape.
Hey, now this is where it gets tricky. I want to hear your thoughts of Farscape briefly before I weigh in, because there's already a lot of good sci-fis in the top now. We've got a lot of those like side sci-fis. What are your thoughts?
It's a creature of its time for sure. uh, the puppet work is a little bit silly till you get used to it, but honestly, from what I've seen, it's pretty good. It reminds me of Andromeda or something like that. Same kind of era, same kind of vibe, and I got the two main characters, the chick and the dude, and they're like from Stargate, but their characters are flipped. He's more like her in Stargate, and she's more like him. It's kind of funny that way. Yeah, it's really good. I actually need to finish watching it because I did enjoy the episodes I saw, but I only got like just through season one. So yeah.
Not that I was trying to give you the same face as you gave for Thundercats, but it was funny to see, when you don't know that much about something and like explain. So it's good. That's a good explanation. From Stargate, done like 8 years later. Love it.
Yeah, yeah. I just love that their
It's
characters are like flipped pretty
Yeah, it
much.
shows the acting range of each. Yeah, no, Farscape is tremendous. It is very, very unique in that, yeah, how many shows could say two of our lead characters are going to be fully puppet animatronics and it
Yeah,
works, and they've got full three-dimensional characters, and some have episodes entirely about them, and it all works pretty much flawlessly. And it's like, that doesn't fit. No, it works. And then you got three other full-time aliens who are in full makeup. Again, super well-rounded, clever characters. We only have one human in the entire show for all 4 seasons. One. That is so unlike Star Trek or Andromeda, where it's mostly human. One human in the whole show, and because it's one human in a world of aliens, he's very, very human, and he stands out
mhm.
more for being human. Aaron
Yeah, it
is
reminds me a lot of Buck Rogers for that
Yeah,
reason.
100%. Yeah, 100%. Erin is not human, and she's very specific, and she's her own thing, but she's obviously humanoid, but not human. That's part of the fun. But no, I mean the casting is perfect. The choice of aliens is perfect. The different character traits all have is perfect. Um, and the fact that you could bring any two of the characters after say season 2, they know each other better. Any two characters of the main cast could be in an episode together and it work, because each have unique relationship, each have unique chemistry, each bounce off each other, each go against each other. They all are so well balanced that it's kind of remarkable. And that's not the same for Star Trek, right? You put Scotty and like Chekhov in a room, they could talk, but you know what I mean. You've not a thing you think of. Anyone here works, and Scorpius is one of the all-time best TV sci-fi villains. So interesting, so well done, so crafted, and you know, I'll say a spoiler, but not in a spoiler way. When there's two of him, it deepens it even further. There's not really two of him, but you know, CGI good for its time, not as good now, but still works well. Prop design's great, ship design, yeah. I mean, it's not really a franchise in the same way though, because it did spawn some games. One game in particular, and it's not great, but it's some.
Yeah.
And you know, comics. I in fact I actually bought was part of a Kickstarter to get like all of the comics redone, like reprinted for the anniversary, including a new one. I did back that to get the perks. So I got his original patch for his original NASA thing, so I have that. And I have a full uniform. I just realized I have a full costume for John Crichton. Decided really hard to get one. But this is not. While personal preferences here, I've got to be objective as well. I think if you watch all 4 seasons and the movie, you'd love it. But who necessarily remembers it now? But it's such a there's such a lot of good stuff in Farscape. So I'm going to give it a very, very confident A because it is extremely good. Some less. It's not perfect. The average is a lot less than say Stargate, but it has got some significant fire and all cinder kind of episodes, which are just absolutely tremendous.
Mm. And Ray also asked for Babylon 5 in the same one,
Perfect.
so Babylon 5.
Super similar and yet not at all. A lot of aliens, a lot of humans, a lot of CG, less good, but actually more CG, ironically. Bigger story, but told in cheaper sets. Like Farscape was a smaller story told in better sets. Actors all very good, although potentially more wooden. But that again to Farscape, they're all more big. They're all more silly. They're all more. There's a lot more because each one has to be a huge part. Babylon 5, you can have a security guy who's a drinker and alcoholic. There's more to him, but like the brief is a lot more simple, right? I'm gonna look past the CG being dated because the cinematography is fantastic, holds up perfectly, no issue. It's really, really good, and you can feel the year on year of evolution as they're pushing everything to the limit. The pilot looks a bit crap. First season looks okay. Second season big jump. Third season big jump. Fourth season big jump. And then the movies are all their own thing. But like the jump when they need to do giant war, they up the quality to match it. And there's a really knowing how hard it was at the time and what they had. There's some absurdly ambitious shots. I'm like, you really did that? And I, yeah, they really did. They really tried hard. Narratively, it's amazing. First season is good but not amazing. Fifth season is good but not amazing. Second season is pretty damn good. 3 is very good and 4 is excellent because, as you know, they thought they were getting cancelled at 4, so they did season 4 and season 5 in season 4. So all of the arc of 2 years was in one, and they spent the entire year doing it. So every episode is on to the next. It's like DS9's last season, but every episode is a hit, which DS9 almost is, but like a better version of that. And the escalation, it's super well planned because unlike DS9, they knew it from season 1 pretty much. So like it really feels everything's a payoff, everything's a setup, everything. It's just nail. I remember I watched it for a convention. I think at one day, this is like during Trekyards, I watched 6 episodes back to back to back because the story was too good to stop. I don't do that because like Jesus Christ me. But it was like this is just such a compelling continuing narrative. It was absolutely absurd. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Ranking wise, the only problem with B5 is that it has not had much of a life after. It came and it went. Mostly because the company head didn't want to use it for anything. So Doctor Red Dwarf, far more societally impacting for very different reasons. It's better than Riddix. Mass Effect is more interactive. Farscape, I would say... I don't know what I would say. I'll go A. I think it's if they could remaster the CG to match a remastered Blu-ray of the interiors, just the same shots modernized, it would be an S. Just because some of the stuff is very dated, most of it isn't. It still looks nice, but it, as in like thematically, but it like that holds it. Farscape holds it really well. Riddick, obviously, Mass Effect, all kind of yeah. That's a tricky one.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Olivia with $5. Since I'm a truck driver, candy cane, and one scene candy cane joyride. I looked all this up. Candy cane, joyride, trucker, candy cane. You got this. I don't know.
Right.
I had no idea what the fuck she's talking about.
I love it. I mean, it's one of my favorite franchises, of course. I watched it when I was a kid. I think the character of Benton was really wonderful. His journey of self discovery, and when he found that Mole was really compelling television. You probably seen there's a dog called Bobo, and in the third season when he lost his rabbit Dino, I cried.
Mm,
So for that reason, an NA. It's too good to have on the board. It's too good.
yeah.
How was that?
Perfect. Yeah, good. I had no clue what the fuck she's talking about.
Oh, you could
All
put
right.
anything. Anything. And you did. You put anything. Oh, goodness.
How is the poll going there?
Ooh, I don't know.
You should probably look.
That's exciting. So, we asked with 35 votes, which franchise is best? Two heavy hitters here. The winner is Stargate with 74%, which was similar to yesterday, I believe, in the 70s. Interesting. Cool. Okay. I like it. I will start on the poll. Will you guys submit more? More classic sci-fi, more action films, the Die Hard franchise, or etc. I know I don't like me putting things in, but although boy, no Fs and you know what? Are there any Fs and Ds? I'll do the reverse challenge. What do you think I'm gonna dislike so much that's an F or a D? Because Stuart found one F. I think it was thanks to Ray Ricks. So can anybody
Yeah.
find an F? Because we've really packed the board well here. You guys have found some very, very good ones. And like most you didn't talk about at all, Stuart. They're really,
I know, and a lot of them I would have liked to talk
yeah.
about, but that's okay.
You guys have the power, right? You're He-Man. You got the power. No, I'm gonna start a new poll.
Okay, do that, and I'll tell you guys to hit that like button if you haven't already. We have 30 likes, which is great, but keep the super chats and or PayPal's coming because that would be awesome.
Yeah, PayPal 2 for 1. So 5 gets you 2, less than a 5 gets you 1. Helps channel even more, which we love. Very nice. Rugrats, Dan. I have seen some Rugrats. I have seen Wombles. I haven't seen Clangers.
Sure, I'll go with this one. Okay, so
Oh,
Ray Ricks, being the ever awesome PayPaler that he is,
yes.
PayPal'd in
Oh.
and asked for The Expanse.
Ah. What am I going to say, Stuart?
Haven't seen it. NA.
Yes. I know. Everyone can yank my chain in the comments. I haven't seen it because it's the last great sci-fi show. And I don't think there's been any sci-fi show since The Expanse of the same quality. Like back in the day, we had Farscape and Battle 5 and all these back-to-back good ones. And of this style, of this caliber, anything since The Expanse? Nope. So it's the last big one that I'm saving to kind of watch as like a boom. Now I've kind of complete. You know, there's a joke about during the pandemic of there's Instagram, and someone was scrolling and then it reached the end and then the little thing said, "Hey, you just completed Instagram." And I was like, "What?" "Yeah, you've watched everything on Instagram." But he's like, "I want to go." No, you finished Instagram. And then this like metaphysical talk about how scrolling is bad for the culture and like you've done you know. And it's like, but we offer a special service. We can erase your memory for a certain add-on fee and you can start again. And the guy's like, he pauses. That's a lot of money. Yeah, I need to start again. So he kills his brain and goes again because it's like, yes, I need to have more scrolling. So, you know, same thing. As I finished this, there's no more great sci-fis I've not seen, like of this caliber. Because, Dark Matter's good, but not great.
Well, you haven't seen For All Mankind.
Yeah, but that's not got spaceship battles, I'm guessing. Like, spaceships, big, like, it's about people, NASA things, a bit futury.
Sure, you keep guessing that.
Yeah.
You keep guessing that.
Yeah, it's NASA forward. It's not in the future giant sci-fi things, from what I know of it and what I've seen in any promotion ever. It's all nice and grounded, just a bit fancier.
You should probably watch it then.
cool.
Yeah.
But I can't possibly. You're saying it competes with the amount of sci-fi in the Expanse, which is obviously a high level sci-fi ish.
Yes. Yes.
But it can't compare to like Farscape and Babylon 5. The amount of, where everything's alien and they've got sci-fi battles, and it can't possibly. Otherwise, the marketing's been terrible.
Sure.
Jesus. Okay.
Sure.
There you go.
You
Sure.
do what you got to do. Miss out on some great media. It's fine. It's all good.
And you've only seen one season of Farscape.
Yep. I'm working on it. I've actually watched a season. How many seasons of The Expanse have you watched?
Shut your whore mouth. All right, next.
Well, can you get rid of The Expanse?
Okay, sorry. Look, I'm used to you doing
Jeez,
it. I'm used to being the other side of the coin. Hold on, wait for it to reset.
Ray had another
Oh,
another one in there, and that
2
is
for
The
1.
Witcher.
Oh, Witcher. Damn. Okay. Definitely franchise. Well, yeah, 2 spin-offs.
Oh, a bunch of books. It started out with books.
Yeah, I'm saying from the one you're showing, right? This had 2 spin-offs. Really, it's a spin-off from the game, which is a spin-off from the book, brought to life. And it's had 3.5 games. Yeah, Witcher. I own all the games. I want to play 3 because I know it's like super award-winning. Well, do you want to address Solaris's super chat just so he has the chance to adapt it?
No, I'm gonna get there when we get there.
Okie dokie. Yeah.
But yes, put in $3 more, and we will talk about one of them.
Yes. Or PayPal and yet 2 for the price 1. Yeah. So I got Witcher 3, and then they kept teasing there'll be a update graphics pack, which I believe did come out like a year late. But then I was busy because I'm always busy, and it's such a time suck game. But we watched the first season, Memory, and it was a stonkingly good first season. If you haven't seen it, which you've seen it, obviously, Stuart, I can spoil. Yeah. So spoilers for Witcher season 1. It's it doesn't happen in the order that it's being portrayed, which is not apparent, but it's obvious when you know. And so the reveal that take place because it's non-linear, and that's really excellent. And season 2 failed that entirely because you can't gimmick that again. And season 2 is significantly worse than season 1. Still some great episodes, but it's significantly worse. But a really, really good mystery whodunit dance episode that's really great. Not with a good part 2. So it's a show that like reached a peak and then did this, unfortunately. But when you go so high, you're gonna fall down further. But yeah, great first season. The game I know is absolutely spectacular, and I would if there was an ability to meet the guy that wrote The Witcher in a London bookstore, I would go and buy a copy and get it signed because I'm like, yep, that I would totally value.
Mm-hmm.
But all that said, I'm going to give it a B because it's got to be much higher quality than Hunger Games, but it's had a lot less than Hunger Games in terms of the giant zeitgeist, I guess, because that just went everywhere. I think season 3 will determine if I'd up that with the new guy, because that's obviously a really weird situation, and the new game as well. But you can't really compete with the storytelling of what's an A, and Riddick I enjoy for various personal reasons, though, and I guess there's no, yeah, And I think when I went to the Bear McCreary concert, I think he played from the Witcher Blood spin-off theme song, but it doesn't say anything about The Witcher, so I'm like, do I recognize this or not? I listened to it subsequently on the train to Marie's. I'm like, I think I listened to that live by Bear playing it. I think he played that to me live, but he has weird shit I can't remember exactly because it's all kind of odd and fun and not what I knew. So
toss a coin to your Witcher.
I mean that zeitgeist is beyond belief.
Yeah, I like the heavy metal remixes of it and stuff.
Oh yeah, Marie has those on repeat fucking in her car. She loves it.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Olivia again with $5. Joyride. It's a horror movie series. So I found this. It's a Joyride 2.
Oh, I get it, because Trucker. Never seen it, of course. I've seen plenty of horror films in my time, but I've never seen a designated trucking horror story. Is it good? Are they good? I mean, 2, obviously. And a pretty good poster, in fairness.
I mean, it's a horror movie, so I mean, it's going to be good regardless, because it's kind of just, silly, goofy fun for 2 hours.
Or often like an hour and 26, so they haven't got the runtime. But haven't seen it, but I do like the front cover. Although it reminds me of Step Up, one of those posters for some reason, like the color palette and the lady looking like she's dancing. That's an odd comparison, I know, but haven't seen it. But I like that there's a trucker horror. That's cool.
Solaris Long Haul Trucker throws in $2. So anyone thought about Star Trek or Star Wars? Well, if you top it up to $3, we will talk about one of those. Pick one. But then he also throws in a $5 super chat and
Ooh,
says, "How about the Halo series, Master Chief?"
yes, yes. This is where bias has got to take. We've got to work out how do I feel. Well, so it was a Halo. It had one game, which was a absolutely revolutionary game on the Xbox. It literally defined the first-person shooter genre. It was that monumental. It just did a lot of the stuff well, and you can play it now, and it feels modern because it was the defining first-person shooter that did everything. Second game was great. Third game was great. Fourth game, I like the music, which is not something you want to say if you love the game. 5 I never played because it wasn't on my Xbox, therefore I never played it. And then 6 Infinite. Again, I didn't have the Xbox. I wasn't going to buy an Xbox for it, so sorry. Music was good though, but it was mismanagement, changed company, which has let down the group. And the fact that the brand still has loyalty despite having 3 not so good games, kind of Star Wars effect, right? You can keep throwing less good stuff at you for a certain amount of time if the first ones are so good, and the first 2 games are excellent in a lot of different ways. You had a TV show which was some good, a lot not so good, but they tried. But when you hire someone who has not seen the games, that's a fail. Like, at the very least, you hire a director who will say, I will go play all 3 main games. Like, I'm now being paid $1 million to direct this thing. I'm going to go spend the next 2 weeks. At the very least, do that. All of the games all the way through. The first 3, right? Didn't do it. Okay, whatever. I've listened to lots of the books, so they're actually rather good. And... Oh, I've got Master Chief Lego guy right there. An off-brand one. It's not as broad a story as Mass Effect, Farscape, Babylon 5. But it's very good for what it is. So I feel like, see, and now I'm looking at the chart and it's like there are now cracks starting to appear as we're contrasting.
Mine relied a lot more on personal bias.
Yeah. Okay, you guys vote right now, yes or no. Am I allowed to give the chart a quick change? Because I think we're seeing some more contrast points, because I have to move some
Yes
stuff.
or no in the chat. So
Right now.
you can whether we can move stuff.
Give some more wiggle room.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle,
Because
wiggle.
there is a difference in Riddick, Babylon 5, and Halo. But I can't really express them in this current chart. Because Halo's great, and the music is fantastic. Like, properly
You know what? I'm
good.
making the rules here. Change the chart.
Okay. Alright, so therefore, so if we're going personal preference, I'm dropping everything in C down to F.
Yeah.
Because I have nothing to do with any of them.
Well, there's your first F. Sorry, Classic for real.
Yep.
You put a PayPal in for the first F, but
because if we go by this, like, you've put in so many good ones that there is a line between them, and I haven't seen those to say they're in right. I'm gonna put the jokes one down to F as well to give myself some movement. I'm gonna Hunger Games to there, down to D. I'm gonna Transformers to B. Gonna keep Witcher at B. Riddick to B, and then move these along. Now I'm going to move Rick to C, just. And I'm going to keep Halo at A because the amount of games. Alright, there you go. That was my radical shift. How do you feel about that?
I'm disappointed that Trekyards is in F, but
Yep.
whatever.
Well, I've only seen a couple of episodes, so.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Yep.
All right. So next up, we've got a PayPal from Mr. Classic for Real. Boy Meets World.
I don't even recognize the actors. Do they do anything in the future?
I don't fucking know.
I don't
the
even.
chick's familiar. The chick's familiar for sure.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
the lady, the woman, the girl.
I don't even know the show. I think I've heard of it though. Have you heard of it? I feel like I've heard of it.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen like bits and pieces of episodes here and there.
And I'm not, I've not seen all TV shows, but the fact that I don't recognize any of them, and it's clearly early 90s, and if none of them went on to do anything else, that tells you something, right? Because there's a lot of fun you can go back to watch, like Buffy and the 90s shows, and like, oh, that person became more famous. That person's in this other show. Like, that's kind of fun to see. Like, Pedro Pascal's in a Buffy episode, looking not at all the same. It's like that's just like his first big paycheck that saved him in LA. Like that's you can see people. So
And he was in Game of Thrones too, and he would have benefited from having a Beskar helmet in that one. I'm just saying,
it's funny to think
you
of it
know.
start there in the zeitgeist. Now he's like this overused. Why are you in this guy who's still good, but like why? How did you become that? Right? How did he become who he is? I have no idea.
Sold his soul to the devil, probably.
That makes a lot of sense.
I know.
Hmm.
Well, we got Ray Ricks, who's PayPal'd in for Alien,
Ooh.
the Alien
Have it any
franchise.
movie franchises so far? Like of the top ones? Just
Look at the
Riddick, I guess.
list.
Yeah, just Riddick, I guess. Huh. Okay. Yeah, Aliens, of course, classic, definitive. First one is very good, very well made, has some limits. Second one is a marvel. And when you watch behind the scenes featurettes, you realize how many things are beautiful tricks. This model shop also has a map painting that also has a force projection to get the scale that is impossible any other way. And because it's all physically filmed, you can see it. It holds up in a way that's kind of special. Even the dust being thrown to make it like wind is miniature dust particles that they did. They use a thing that feels like bigger wind, etc. Obviously, of course, one of the classic strong female characters. She just happens to be a strong lady. It's not forced. It's just there, and she's one of the most definitive of all time. Super. Alien plus Aliens is amazing. Alien 3 theatrical's bad. Director's cut's great, and to have that difference is kind of astounding. But that's how I feel. Alien 4 is a wonderful concept. What the hell happened? Oh, I know. They had a French auteur director. What? With some very odd ideas, with scripts that was being changed all the time. Could have been great, and a proper sci-fi film to like sci-fi looking things. Games, played loads of the games. More the AVP games, I'd say, but like to some extent that counts. It is a sort of franchise where I would be fine to see every 2 years a new xenomorph on a new situation and do Aliens 1 again, but with a slight twist. Right? That's what the last Alien was, and it was great. Absolutely great. Totally good film. Like, I Predator. I don't need to see huge character development. I just need to see a Predator doing interesting things at an interesting time. So I think because of how it was made, when it was made, I'm going to go S, even if some of the ratios aren't quite as good. And it's certainly not got a lot as Doctor Who or Red Dwarf, kind of, but that the hits and misses of Red Dwarf are kind of extremely good. But the fact that what they achieved in Aliens is so special, like, how do you make movies in the 80s that look as good today as they did then, unless you remaster it and remove the grain and it looks worse? Crazy. And the pulse rifle, right? They invented the definitive sci-fi rifle that I've always wanted, and my mum joked to me when I was my 21st birthday. No, it must have been 30. Come on, that long ago. She said, "What do you actually want? Right, not just like a DVD. What do you actually want?" Well, this is my list of 3 things I actually want: an Aliens pulse rifle hero replica, a gaming laptop, or this other thing. And they're all like 2 or 3K each. She's like, "Oh, never mind." Well, don't ask what I really want then. These are really genuine big things I really want, and you can't afford any of them because they're too expensive. And that's fine. Don't ask what I really want then, right? Really want an Aliens pulse rifle. I'm so annoyed they stopped making the BB ones that like everything worked because they were plastic, so they could do all the features. It fired Nerf shotgun pelts. It worked.
There's a guy that lives about very close to you named Matt Toms who does prop builds and stuff, and he has one that actually fires. So maybe I should send you his way or send him your way.
Yeah. I mean, things they had working ones because they did.
Yeah, his works. Yeah.
Like it's just 2 guns with a shell. It is, and you can absolutely reverse engineer it. It's just 2 guns, and you can, if you buy both BB guns, you can just combine them with some other, obviously the mold, but like you can do that. Yeah, it's crazy.
And in that same PayPal, Ray Ricks asked for Stargate, which Solaris Long-Haul Trucker put in $5. Has anyone thought about Stargate? We're going to use that $5 one to cover either Star Wars or Star Trek. I picked Star Wars because you said it first, so that'll be coming up soon.
Perfect, as it
after
should.
after a super chat.
After a word from these messages. Yeah, Stargate, I mean, you really can't get a better TV sci-fi show because there's so few misses. It's character based with an overarching story, with standalone episodes, with evolving arcs, with strong villains, with serious like dying characters, so there's stakes, with love interest moments to keep it that going, with an evolution, unlike like B5 or Farscape where the tech doesn't improve, you see real world evolution, so it grows with you as a character. It's got stakes, both the small scale and then galactic, which all feel evolved, and some stuff wasn't the best, but that's a high. Already reached the highest bars early, you know. And
Well,
10.
for a franchise, what do you think about Lazarus' comment? For such a big franchise, there's no merch for it. I mean, there's Eagle Moss ships, but yeah, that's very merch light.
Yeah, I mean, there was 3 video games, only one ever released. Oh no, 4 video games, only one. No, 4 videogames, 2 released. But there's loads of plates. There's licensed weapons you can get at the time. There's like replica of the pendant from the movie. There is trading cards. There is costume swaths. They had a large prop auction, so you could buy real stuff from the show. But they had action figures, both smaller scale and more complicated. There's a big 3D print community, like building the gates that you can then buy or print yourself. But yes, they never really had the same stuff as other franchises with like proper like children toy Zats or action figures. They were more the adult collector mindset. But I mean, it's a show about a team of soldiers with guns. It's not really the kid show, so it's not going to have that in the same way. It's not as hard hitting. It's just a gun show, but with everything else. Yeah, much light, but I mean, Babylon 5 has about the same, give or take. Farscape didn't have like a ton more, right? I mean, yeah, right. And it's not like Star Wars where everyone could be a Jedi. Everyone can buy green camo that the army use, sort of, and then get guns. It's not really what you want your kids to have, right? So fair. And yeah, like you say, Eagle Moss and now Master Replicating Stargate ships, cool. 20 years too late. But I mean, yeah, obviously it's an S because I mean, it does beat out everything in S for stories. There are incredible Doctor Who episodes, but there's a lot of mid. Stargate has significantly better stories than everything in S, and it's a full franchise. I did play the games, technically. They weren't very good. Like, as in, there's not much of them. But yeah, 100%. I've listened to easily 20 audiobooks, which are actually rather good. Yeah.
All right. We got Millennium Griffin throws in $2 for Battlestar Galactica. Millennium, it should be 5.
Or
If you want me to
PayPal,
bring
yeah,
him.
2+1. No, we'll give him a
Boom.
minute to put the other if he wants to, or PayPal like $1 if you want to. And I will say, I've also met almost everyone in Stargate actor-wise because it was my big convention thing when I was a teen. So basically every single cast member from the main 2 shows and some from Universe. I've got personal anecdotes with almost everybody in some way, and some I met several times. So it's pretty special, and I have every costume from it.
So next up we got Solaris Long Haul Rail fan, $5, asked about Stargate, but his other one, which was light, goes Star Wars.
Oh, Star Wars. That's all right. Comes and goes. I mean,
You've heard of it. You've heard of it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's no Stargate, but yeah, Star Wars. Not quite the same as Matrix, in that there's like one really good one and then other ones. Luckily, they made a whole lot of good stuff, but it's such a varied franchise, right? First one's brilliant standalone. Second one's amazingly deep. Third one is dumb and like kiddie, and it's a weird contrast. And then you got the prequels, which are good in their own right, but terribly written. But the art's amazing, and the VFX are amazing, and the music's amazing, and like other good stuff. Then you got the new stuff where they radically changed from being a great film like Rogue One to a weird film with some good bits like Solo. And then you got the TV shows where some seasons are great, some are absolute trash. It's all over the place, and you'd think just using the world would be enough. Games, it's got to be. There's nothing you could put on this list franchise-wise with better games. Nothing.
Yeah.
Just the amount, the quality, the dedication to looking good. Nothing here beats it. I mean, I dare you to throw me a franchise of better games than Star Wars. That as a franchise, there's not going to be one. I mean, KOTOR 1 alone, Knights of the Republic, is one of the best games, in my opinion, ever made. And then the fact I've got a Jedi costume right there. I can't see it, but it's right there. I've got a couple of lightsabers in the house. In fact, I bought some more on sale recently. Not recently, but like, for Star Wars Day. And I filmed various Star Wars pieces. None of them have come out because they're all kind of complicated. But boy, there's some stuff that happens in them. Whoa. But the idea of rotoscoping a lightsaber for a fight is like, oh, god damn it.
Yep.
But I got a shot on Yavin. That's really fun. That was fun to do. That was satisfying. So yeah, I mean, this is absolutely an S. With a lot more bad stuff than everything in S except Doctor Who. But I mean, yeah. I mean, you've got world-changing media, right? World-changing.
Mm-hmm.
And there's probably not a franchise bigger world-changing, because Marvel is huge, but it came out after there's already zeitgeists for this sort of thing. But Star Wars was the thing that changed everything and created all these cultures.
All right, next up we got Millennium Griffin again with another $2 from Across Plus. And if you want to top those up, we will do BSG or
combine Macross and BSG into
sure.
Yeah, just BSG. I mean, that's a fair way of doing it.
Yeah, it is. That's what I was going to suggest next, but you beat me to it.
You're welcome. Yep.
I didn't say thank you.
You're welcome anyway. BSG. The new stuff is great. Kind of like Farscape and Babylon 5. Swings and roundabouts. When it's amazing, it's like god tier. And then there's some not so good. Spoilers for BSG. When they did a time jump, I was watching it live. I was like, huh? Why is there a year time jump? And why have the entire changed the focus of the show? And why is this the tone? Jesus Christ, this is dire. They did this? What? And then I was like, get off the damn planet for 7 episodes, like at least 4. And then everyone's got massive PTSD. I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys, you lost what made the show good. The lack of PTSD despite killing their entire race. And then it became way more dramatic and unnecessary. And then it kind of rebounded again to being good. But like, weird. Amazing CG, amazing designs, amazing characters, amazing music. I've met a couple of people. The original one, also great. I mean, the fact that the designs hold up is great. We know Andrew Probert, that's lovely, of the Cylons, etc. I've seen, I'm going to say 4 BSG episodes. I've no idea which on what order, because does the show even know which on what order? What with its first episode also being a movie, but also not? I've definitely seen part of the one with the motorbikes. For better or for worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's amazing a show as little as BSG made such a cultural impact. And then when it came back, it made such a social TV impact. Couple of games, a good amount of merch. I have plenty of Eaglemoss, of course. It's an odd one. It's a duck that flew higher than any right to kind of thing, and then it just the respect it gained and the longevity is kind of remarkable.
Yeah,
but
good way to put it.
But I don't know if the stories in the original were were the stories the best bit, or was it overall just good? Were the stories great, or was it everything combined that was just good?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking you as a question. Were the stories really good in BSG, the original series, or was that not sort of the point? It was kind of
not really. No.
Yeah,
there's some really shit episodes. But it's a product of its time.
Yeah, that's how my brain goes. But the stories are a big part of the new one. They happen to everything else as well. But oh god damn it. But Farscape's a more fun show. Babylon 5 is a more impressive show. Halo is more personal narrative. Mass Effect has better writing sometimes because there's 150 hours of play. Oh god, it's right between the two because I haven't watched the first one enough, and the new series has a lot of less good. It drops so much in quality, from its peak, whereas other things maintain a bit stronger. I'm gonna put it here, it's in B a little bit, because it's got some more contrast than I'd like. And I remember being happy it was going, but disappointed by some of the drops in quality. Although the Pegasus end of Pegasus makes me cry every time I watch it. No, okay, I've got to up that to an A, because that is a properly... Very few things on sci-fi have made me cry, but the way that was framed at the time, that made me cry. Okay, there we go. Give that the A, just for that one scene bumped over. It's such a well bit of that.
Beautiful. All right, Solaris, the long hauler rail fan, $5. And what about the CW series of Hercules and Xena, Warrior Princess?
Oh, they CW as well.
I don't think so.
I've seen some Xena, and I've never seen any Hercules, but I respect them both because I know they're very good for the time, like shockingly good.
They're both fantastic. I love both series.
Yeah, from what I recall, I've heard Xena gets into some weird shit, like some sci-fi stuff that's kind of like off-brand, but like it really works. Does that ring true?
Yeah, absolutely. They had a lot of room to play in that series,
Which
so
doesn't
they
make
did.
a lot of sense because it should just be like a lady who's a
Well,
fighter, but yeah,
it's like Strange New Worlds. They're doing Cena did that kind of stuff where it kind of steps out aside for a second. Yeah.
yeah. Like I don't think they had much longevity past their shows, but I remember I think Kevin Sorbo said he was like the most famous TV actor for like a year or two because of Hercules. Like just the way the numbers were, it was just like the most rated show on national TV. And I've met Kevin Sorbo because I really enjoy Andromeda, and that was really good to meet him. I know there's some about him whatever personally, but like as a man meeting him, he was very nice to meet, and he really took some time to talk to me. Mostly kind of stack of prints, so I like owned his ass for a couple of minutes to sign some stuff. So I owned him for a bit of time, but the fact that he kept like stop signing just to talk to me, which you're not meant to do as personal signing stuff, because there's a line, but he stop. I remember he like had the pen, put it down, and started talking, laid back and started talking to me. I was like, yeah, I've got him for longer. It's all good, because yeah. So I'm out of because I know they're great. I'm gonna give them. Oh, but things if I do that, I'll seem mean. Because I was gonna say D because I know there's zeitgeistingly good, but I've not actually seen more than a bit. Ooh, what do you think I should do? Because that sounds harsh otherwise. Ooh,
But at least a C.
okay.
But I have no influence in your list.
I know. Yeah, okay. Because I know. I very much know how good they are. Yeah. Okay,
All right.
that's my exception to the rule for like having seen it and knowing.
Okay, it's fair.
Yeah.
Next up, we got a PayPal again from Ray
Beautiful.
Ricks, and he says, "What about Star Trek?" He has another one as well. So
Star Trek. Star Trek.
it's like a spin-off of Star Wars, I've heard.
Oh, it's the one with someone this in, right? No, wait. Yeah.
No, that's Doctor House or something.
Oh, Doctor House MD.
Yeah. Um, Star Trek. It's about a trip. I think it's the trip from that Han Solo's people took.
No, that's Star Wars. That's Star Wars.
Well, no, but the spin-off of Star Wars. So Star
Oh,
Trek is
oh,
about
oh. Yep.
the trek of the Corellians from another galaxy to. It's fine.
Well, I remember at the time, when I was alive in the 70s, that Star Wars was considered too actiony. So they had to make a more low-key version called Star Trek, when it would just be them just chilling out and walking more and taking, not fighting, right? That was the idea.
Yeah.
Star Trek.
Corellians are very peaceful people.
No, I mean, obviously great. And it's interesting because, like, on this list, the franchise-ness beats everything else. Right? Because Doctor Who has more episodes, but this is close. Yeah. Star Wars has more cultural reach, but less episodes and less quality overall, because there's more episodes of whatever. Stargate is overall better, average of good per bad, but there's more Trek, so therefore there's more good Trek than good Gate, and the franchise is so much bigger. Aliens, the zeitgeist, because everyone could watch it, but Trek is also very close and Red Dwarf is more niche, but the quality is really good percentage-wise, because Trek has the most spin-offs of anything ever, sci-fi, the most probably good average, like if you compare everything, right, the average will be really, really strong.
Yeah.
Loads of games, load of costumes,
Toys,
merch.
comics, books. Like the merchandise for Star Trek is insane.
Yeah.
Until it's not.
Well,
It just falls off a goddamn cliff, but whatever.
Yeah. If only it was Star Trek Lego, that could have been selling for 20 or 30 years. Yeah, that'd be fucking good though.
Maybe November 28th. We'll have to see.
Have to see, and the fact that because think about it, right? Everybody in actually it's interesting. Everyone in A and B. No, that's not fair. They all good. Okay, but Star Trek conventions invented conventions. Doctor Who had done some stuff, but it wasn't quite the same. Star Trek invented them. Doctor Who continued them. Yeah, I mean, obviously, franchise-wise, Star Wars is super close, and certainly before the new shows, there was no comparison. Now it's hard to compare, but yeah, this many full scales. Because let's be honest, wow, we had a 10-episode series, yeah, but that's not exactly a 7-season, 7-year, 300-episode. Like that's a spin-off. Like of all the TV shows of Star Wars, there's less than one of the spin-offs of Trek total. So it doesn't matter how many shows there are; they're all miniseries basically. So yeah, I mean it's got to be franchise-wise, yeah, crazy.
All right. And Ray's other one for that PayPal comment was John Wick.
Ooh, yeah, okay, wow. Franchise. It did get some games and some comics. So yep, 100% franchise. And no, and they got a spin-off movie and TV show coming out. So yeah, full franchise. I didn't see the new movie because I didn't know it was a John Wick movie. I just yeah. I mean, John Wick does is a Keanu Reeves Wonderfest, where he speaks almost nothing, but it's just his vibe carries it through with brilliant cinematography because it's his cinematographer from Matrix. So they worked together for years already, and they're just in tune. First film, relatively low budget, really simple idea, excellent cinematography, and just really great. Just overall, it's almost an art piece of murder. Like almost, they get more silly the further they go because they did the simple premise like Aliens super well. There's no reason to keep doing it, and so they say, right, what set pieces can we do and keep them good, and they all vary between. Like there's in the last one, spoilers. You've seen the last John Wick movie? No, you've seen none of them.
I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, this won't mean anything to you. But there's a I'm gonna say 25-minute fight on a staircase.
Okay.
But like an outside giant staircase, which is like up a hill. And he's constantly pushed down the hill, so he falls on his back down like 150 steps. And then goes up again to fight another wave, kind of, but not really. And it's surprisingly entertaining for what is a ridiculous premise, but they do it in a good way. Yeah, so it's kind of set piece with Keanu, but it's a good franchise. The average is very high, and they're always enjoyable, right? But when you hit the best one first, it's kind of hard to go from there. But I'd say franchise wise, this gets straight in at a B, because kind of like Back to the Future to some extent, it's like super strong batting average, super well made, super enjoyable. We'll see how the TV show does, right? Because it's the world is great, but until you use the world, it's just a potential world, right?
Yeah. Engraved Ring of Healing says Trekyard should be S tier. I agree. I had it at S tier yesterday.
I know. Well, what's the rules, Stuart, with that? If you disagree with one of the hosts?
Oh, you can bump it up. Yeah, $5. No, you can't. Not for this. This is your list. That doesn't apply to these.
Oh, okay.
All right. So next up, we've got Solaris the Long Hauler Railfan, $5. How about all the Lego movies and series?
Oh, God. How many series are there?
Don't know.
I don't know either.
There's the 2 Lego movies and the Batman Lego movie.
I know. I never got around to Batman, but I really want to see it. But the first Lego movie is so good. Because I love Lego, and the fact that it is genuinely a Lego movie. Genuinely. Yeah. But it like, does this in theory not include all of Lego then? Because this in itself is a...
Yeah, you would think so.
Like this...
Which is S tier. It's just right off the bat.
Yeah, because this is in theory then, it's not this Lego movie, it's any content in the Lego sphere. There's other Lego projects of previous time. God. Oh yeah, games. No, if we go on games, Lego games are some of the best games because they're simple, they're repetitive, they brand really well, some stories are excellent. There's Star Wars, there's Harry Potter, there's Batman, well, DC in general, Marvel, like Doctor Who, kind of.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I think these are definitive games that when they found the formula, yeah, I think for the games they're gonna get an S because those are all ages and they're so like in homes of kids and playing and fun and then make you want to buy the toys. So I think that specific thing gets you an S because nothing else in this lineup has had games that appeal to so many people so successfully. Right? Like you can enjoy a Star Wars shooter, but would your mum want you to play it for 6 hours non-stop? But you can play a Star Wars game and lightsaber people to death. Right?
Yeah.
So that one particular reason gets it the S. I could say to do down to A, but that got it. That got it.
All right, there's a PayPal from David. I won't say his last name because I'm not sure if he wants anybody to know, but Continuum.
That's my franchise. Oh, that's so annoying because I love Continuum, but it's a single movie, a single show. And I don't think Just Can't. If it had a book and a comic book, does that count enough for a franchise versus a Continuum media? Because
Sure.
yeah. Okay, because there was only one show, and maybe some other stuff. Okay, on that regard, it's going to have to lower because of the amount of media. But yeah, Continuum, really great premise, super Canadian. It takes place in a Canadian.
I'm super Canadian.
Woo!
Super Canadian.
Yeah, Rachel's great in the show. I'd love to get a photo shoot there sometime. Great premise. Not every season is the best, but it's really interesting. Music's fantastic. The characters are like everyone's B to A actor. No one is an S actor in the show. Even Rachel, the lead. But everyone is really like high, solid / good. But the story, the music keep it going. The 4th season was cancelled, or at least it was able to get a 4th season, but they truncated it to be really small, and it's really rushed and really abrupt. But at least they finished the story. At least they did. So thank goodness. But it's like, wow, what happened here? Huh. But at least they finished it. But franchise-wise, it's a personal preference show, but I don't. Who here's seen Continuum? Have you seen Continuum? Exactly.
Just the Q version.
But it's a great piece of media, but it's not zeitgeist at all. I mean, it's probably going to be a lower budget Canadian TV show. There are lots of those, at least there were at the time. But it was great. But I mean, oh god.
So D.
Yeah, and that seems harsh because Hunger Games is so much bigger. Okay, because I think it's a high quality product, it gets a D. But as a franchise, it's definitely less strong. But because the quality of it is much better overall, like
good quality equals the D for Sam.
Oh god, man!
And the other one he had in his PayPal was Travelers.
I think I've heard of that. Have you seen this? I couldn't even tell you what it was from this. You know?
I haven't seen it. No, it's got the guy from Free Enterprise in it though. McCormick. I can't remember his first name. Eric
wow.
McCormick.
He continued to do things. Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah, he was in. Oh my god, he's been in a lot of stuff. He continued to do things.
Well, I didn't
the main guy from that movie is now he's actually a news anchor.
Oh, nice.
But,
yeah. Haven't seen it. I've heard of it, but I've not heard anything about it, which also might speak to how strong the franchise is if I've not even heard of it. Like heard anything about it. At least with like Expanse and For All Mankind, I've heard context clues. I assume it's about some sort of time travel.
You'd think maybe it sounds interesting, looks interesting.
Like,
I guess
would guess a time travel detective show. If I was guessing based on that.
Yeah.
Like I know context things about Warehouse 13. That zeitgeisted more, I would say, or even Sanctuary. I love Eureka, but not really a franchise.
Yeah. Millennium Griffin throws in $5 for Firefly.
Ooh, and that counts because it is a movie and a TV show. Just. Yeah. And a scene from Castle.
Yes.
It's a great scene. Gosh, they're all so young. Goodness. Firefly. It's kind of like Continuum, but better in every way.
Okay.
In that it was a small sort of show, but then that's a weird comparison. Yeah, Firefly, wonderful CG, amazing cast, very weird. I was told about it at a convention in like 2004, 5. I never heard of it. Got the blue DVD, watched it. Loved the fact it was out of order because they fucked up so bad in the making of it. And the people, the fact they made 2 pilots because the first pilot wasn't released first. They had to make the second episode, the first episode as well. But also the fact they compressed everyone's character into half as long, plus a good story, is very impressive. Great music, great one-off villains. Of course, are only one-off because only one season. The movie is 80% amazing, 20% not good. And you can guess what bits of the 20% not good. But 80% are amazing. And the design, I mean, I would love to have walked on that set. Absolutely spectacular set. Franchise-wise, didn't get any games as far as I know, although I did play mods of the in other games. Because, why not? I do own one Firefly. I did dress up for Halloween once as Mal, kind of, because I saw a shirt that looked like a shirt in a charity shop. I was like, oh, only suspenders and brown trousers, so I kind of made his half outfit. I really want the gun. I want the gun at some point. Franchise-wise, though, annoyingly, I'm going to have to down to a C. Because it doesn't have the franchise power that it should. Because everything B so outmatches it, right? Franchise-wise. And that's where quality can't beat franchise power. Because that annoys me, but it's true. At least for me.
Perfect.
And we're getting a lot today, guys. You love the 2-for-1. It really gives a lot of flow. So well done, guys.
Yeah, the 2-for-1 in the PayPal is really doing its thing.
Yeah.
All right, but we are out of suggestions from people, so let me bring one in.
Damn. Nice that we catch up. Yeah, and there's still loads from yesterday. Loads not even mentioned. Loads left to talk about.
I'm going to bring in, I want to hear what you say about James Bond.
Well, that's funny because that's almost a franchise more than a movie, isn't it? Like the franchise power of this, at least until the 2010s, was so strong. When cinema culture was more of a thing, every James Bond release was a giant deal. The new Bond is out. Go watch the new Bond. It was an event through all of them, right? Until the end of Daniel Craig, because he kind of watered down his own brand significantly, / watered him down significantly. Besides the last one, because there was a thing they did that was worth seeing, etc. It's a unique franchise in that it goes with the era. So every Bond film is reflective of when it was made. Every new Bond is reflective of when they were made. It's no other show is that, and it can't be because it spans so many. Even Doctor Who kept its own vibe. This changed throughout. There's humor that doesn't work now that's still kind of funny. There's stuff that's like, I don't believe a spy could do that and get away with it. Like, that seems because specialist belief has been changed. But there's a lot of creativity, very impressive set work. I mean, they had loads of records, so they always had this scale. Super simple as well. It's just a spy thing, but there's something generally special about the character, at least when he was done well. Daniel Craig is not really James Bond for a lot of it. He's just Guy Spy. Works in his own right, but he's not James Bond for much of his tenure. But they're trying to do something different, right? It's an origin story, then they do weird things with him. But GoldenEye's excellent, is just superb. Living Daylights is superb. GoldenEye is shockingly good. No, Goldfinger, sorry. Like, it's a really, really, because the book's very famous, I think. And they made a game with Sean Connery about that, like 22 years later. Oh no, oh, is it Spy Who Loved Me? Well, one of his first ones is like he came back to reprise and do all the same scenes again, and new scenes, like 27 years later, and it's really fun. Because there's no budget constraints. It's a game, and it was a good game. It was like a third-person action adventure. Franchise power-wise, though, I mean, boy. There's been merch. Spin-offs, no, but I think that's pretty controlled. It would dilute the brand. Like, do I want to see a Q show? No. even when it was Monty Python guy.
Yeah.
But I think you gotta give it the S, because even if the quality ratio is wonky as hell, most of that is just at the time, right? Almost every film did stuff at the time that was super impressive. You gotta take that into account. There's no Bond film that rests on its laurels. Not a single one, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the the rebrand of Sean Connery when he came back again. That's kind of a weird one, but that's neither here nor there. I think franchise power, yeah, it's got to be the S. And I would like it to come back in a meaningful way again, but does the archetype work anymore, right? In the modern age, because he only works for a certain era, because we don't like that necessarily anymore. He's part of the population,
Yeah.
and he can't dilute who James Bond is, otherwise he's not James Bond, and then don't do James Bond then.
Well, David PayPal'd in again for 2 more.
Ooh, beautiful.
We got Fast and
Ooh,
Furious.
that's a fun pick. What would you have said? What would you have said on this, Stuart? I'm interested. You didn't get to debate today.
Yeah, we recently watched them all because they were leaving Netflix, so me and Sylvia watched all of them, and they turn into generic like Mission Impossible slop at a certain point. But the characters are fun to follow, and the ridiculousness of the situations is just ridiculous. I mean, honestly, seeing some really nice cars modified and souped up, doing things that are physically like totally impossible due to physics, but it's fine. It's fun, and apparently the next one's going to be more grounded again. Thank God.
I'm going back
But
to the streets, Vin Diesel says. Back to
yeah,
cars. It's like, okay. Not space then. No, we
and
did
and
space. Right, okay. Yeah.
and
Uh-huh.
like it has a spin-off. It's got Hobbs and Shaw, which is also really good. Love the actors in it, like Jason Statham and like you know Dwayne the Rock Johnson showing up and things like that. And Jason Momoa as the bad guy in the last one. Really off the wall kind of bad guy character. It's fun. It's a fun turn your brain off action popcorn adventure. Sit in a theater, just really turn off your brain for like 2 hours. They're really fun to watch. But yeah, there's so many times my suspension of disbelief went, nope, I'm out, because things that they do, like taking what was it? I forget which car it was, but they took a car up into space, and I'm like, just really, guys? It's
Really?
funny. It's yeah, it's just funny kind of craziness. So yeah, it started off very grounded and realistic, and very quickly just escalated into Mission Impossible madness.
For the interest of the fans, what would you have placed it in your own chart if you had a redo?
Uh,
Because it's definitely a
I
franchise.
mean, it's been super successful. It's got a ride at Universal Studios. Uh, it's made the name of Vin Diesel, really. Like his old movie Triple X was good as well, I thought. And he's known for Fast and Furious, so family. I probably would put this at least it's probably an A for me, just because it came from nothing and is now so recognizable and iconic. Like you say, Fast and Furious, and everybody in a room of 30 people, you say Fast and Furious, everybody will think of something different, because a lot of people tuned out after a certain number of movies. I did initially. But going back and watching them all, I mean, it's a fun ride. So yeah, I'd put it an A for franchise, just because it came out of nowhere. And there's a lot of merchandising. There's games, there's toys, there's
Not
like
a lot of
cars.
games though,
Um,
surprisingly. Given it's literally
no,
game orientated, although you
yeah,
yeah, but also you couldn't like hire Vin Diesel, like the cast to voice over it would be the entire game budget,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
But yeah,
Nice.
it's definitely came from nothing and is a huge, well-known franchise now. So, and it's not that old, honestly.
I actually really like that. Came from nothing. That's a really well said thing, because yeah, the first one is a cop who goes underground with a race group.
Yeah,
That's it. And it's actually a pretty damn solid movie. Good movie.
yeah,
Because simple premise works well. The second one isn't very good, but it's okay. Like it's okay. The third one, of course, is them going weird Tokyo, and then at the end it links, and then they restart with four, which I remember seeing as like, oh, okay, I wonder what, or 3, yeah, 4. I want a 4 is really small budget, but it's really character based, and it brings it right back to the first and second, and then 5 gets weird, 6 gets weirder. The fact there's like 9, that's the impressive thing. But yeah, I mean the ones I've seen, which I over half, but not the last 2, they're all good. They are all good, and some of the set pieces are excellent. And I haven't rushed to see the last 2, but I know they're all like good. But they are super their own thing. Like they obviously ignored car racing at some point, and they went to action adventure roller coasters in a sense, but with set pieces that are actually good and actors that care. They really like their characters, and they cast really strong in the first one who carry over. If you watch them back to back to back, there's a development. That's impressive, and you genuinely feel sad when Paul Walker died in real life, and then he's in the film, and the ending's really sweet. Like the fact that you feel that much for random cop that was undercover in first film 10 years ago. Yeah, it's a surprisingly good franchise for what has no right to be. It's one of those like zeitgeist. Like, how did that become a thing? But it absolutely did. But I'm only going to go as high as B, because I think it is a John Wick comparator. But I think I prefer watching John Wick because they're less action overload.
Yeah.
Like, I like the simplicity of watching John Wick do 3 headshots through walls, upside down, with a knife in his back. Like, those simple set pieces, perfectly crafted in reality, for me, beat Vin Diesel running on a train with a car behind him with a parachute after an explosion on a track, and it's 100% CG. That's my distinction there. But both great.
All right. The second one from David is Tron.
Oh, damn. You had a thing with this yesterday. Oh, man. Should have been a popular game series. Like, properly. It is a game incarnate, right? There should have been a Witcher style through the game grid where you can fly, you can shoot, or you can shoot with, whatever. But I mean, it came out swinging with a really cult classic of Legacy. Great music, great cinematography. Not a great movie, but everything around the story is great, which is weird. Like it's wrapped in this gorgeously interesting cover, but you don't remember it for the story. So weird. The first one, I quite enjoy the first one. Like it's a good film. Is it a great film? No, but it's a good film, and it's so clever for the time. Like it's absolutely absurdly ambitious and clever, and like wow. But boy, is it like, huh? But when you know how they made it, visual effects wise, they guessed based on math into a computer. They hand did the ones and zeros, press go, and then printed that onto film reel, and then played the film reel, and it worked. It's like, we made that via math, not via creating it, like via math. Wow. Franchise wise though, it's kind of weak.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot of zeitgeist to it, right? So it's kind of like Riddick, but more everyone. So I'm gonna say C, because there's a lot of comics, books, like the visuals kind of went past it to merch wise, and that I think raised it above. Yeah.
Sam, you're going to be super happy to hear this.
Okay.
Classic for Real is back.
Oh, I am happy. Let me guess.
And he's got another one after that, too.
I can't tell how I feel about this, if it's better or worse than Trekyards, because those fuckers I want to sue all the time. Yes, this gets a D because it is an icon. Yes, yes. It's a franchise, it's an icon, it appeals to millions of people. Yes, yes, Pep Pig is classic. I can't deny it. I've not seen many episodes because why the hell would I? It was past me.
Yeah.
But yes, it's an icon. It's more famous than Hunger Games or Continuum. But I don't think it's as good as Riddick, Hercules, Firefly, or Tron. Pep Pig is not as good as those.
And his next one, Great British Bake Off.
I mean, it's pretty famous. I mean,
it is.
Right?
Yeah, I like in his email, he's like, GBBO. Sam will know. And I'm like, yeah, I know what that is too.
I didn't know the
It's like,
abbreviation personally, but obviously I know the show. I mean, it's like Downton Abbey. For some reason, you fuckers watch it. Of course, I've seen episodes, but I've never like. It's not like a must-watch TV because there are loads of shows like this in my world, like from various people. So it's not anything special. But for some reason,
yeah.
you will like it more than I do. But I don't think it's a franchise, because it's had no spin-offs, so it had no video games. Don't think there's any comic books or books about
But
it.
so many people make the recipes and eat the cakes, and the cakes have been around for centuries.
Okay, there are books about it. Fine. Um, but like, I mean, kids dress up like
And the
cat.
toys. The Great British Bake Off toy aisle is just insane here at Toys R Us.
Every Christmas, kids just flocked
And then
to the
and
newest
then
baking pan.
the video games.
And you
My
could do a
God,
game. You look. Okay, no one dressed up like a Victoria Sponge for Halloween like Candice Everdeen, right?
sure.
Right, and it has got less episodes than Trekyards, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And it's not as old as a Pink Panther. So I'm gonna go F because it has not quite done as much as everything else. But in fact, it does make the board, and several of his have not made the board. So I'm gonna proudly say it makes the board. Yeah. Wow.
All right. I think we got one more, and then we should be closing out here.
Yeah. Last few minutes. If there's any quick fire ones, I can just throw right in. Without debate. There's a lot. I mean,
Hold on.
we are missing loads of famous ones. Avatar, no X Files,
Yeah, but
Ghostbusters.
our time's up. So
I mean, yeah, I got yeah.
so Millennium Griffin has thrown in 2 super chats of $4, but he asked for Space Above and Beyond earlier. So
Okay. Ooh, that's tricky. I think that's probably the epitome of came and went and no one talked about it afterwards.
oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Because
And I don't think they're toys. I don't know. There's probably a comic book series or some novels, maybe, but I'm not
yeah,
100% sure.
because I know it's a reasonably decent show, and the CG is very good for the time, and the music's very good, although it's repeated a bit too much. But there's probably a reason why it didn't go past a season, and has not been talked about since by anybody, really.
Yeah.
But some designs have lived on, so I'm gonna give it an F because it does get the board. But yeah, it shockingly didn't have it had no life after, as far as I know. I mean, how many cosplayers wear anything from it, right? At the very least, that's a testament to longevity and interest.
Yeah. But that is it for now, I think. And I do have to go because I got a dog emergency, I think.
Hey, fair enough. Thanks so much, everybody. It was absolutely fantastic. We missed quite a few, but that's okay. And we could not have done this as a duo, Stuart, because we were fought too much. Huzzah. But maybe we should if you guys insist. But maybe not. Don't know.
Maybe we'll do one in a week or so where we both compromise and put them where we think they should
That
go.
would be interesting. That would be interesting. Okay, I'll let you go. So I'm going to talk to it for a minute because I want to kind of a little see what they think in ending because there's so many on the board. But yeah, go do your thing.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye, guys. I love you guys. Until next time, he's Captain Foley. Or he's
yes,
Commander
Captain
Cockings. I'm Captain Foley. And he's going to talk to you and make you a few more, I guess.
No, just epilogues. You want to go. So yeah, you go. See you. They'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you on Friday. Woo!
I don't want to go. Just kind of have to.
That's okay.
So
that's okay.
Bye, everybody. Love you.
Except me.
Yeah, it's not aimed at you.
All right, so I just want to know. Oh, why is that not moving? Basically, how do you think my list? Oh goodness! Oh no! Can I go back? Okay. Yeah, basically, put in the chat right now. How? Because there's loads of this list. This is a really, really fantastically filled list. So well done for that. Thank you all so much. What do you guys think of the list? How do you think I did? We had the mid-game shuffle. Well, yeah, what do you guys think of the list? How do you think I did? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you really agree? Do you really not disagree? Or yeah, because there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of spread. So guys, vote now in the chat. if you like how I placed, if you agree, if you disagree. Maybe even like put a number, you know, how much you agree with the list out of 10. Oh, Dan, he had to go do a dog emergency, so he said goodbye early by a couple of minutes, of course, but I want to end up live. So yeah, vote now in the chat how close you agree to my list out of 10, out of interest. Out of interest, because I mean, I've my personal preference. We've got a lot of stuff Stuart didn't get, which is great. A lot of stuff. I mean, it's a very different list, actually. So yeah, vote now in the chat right now how much you agree with my ranking out of 10. 10 being they'd all be the same, 5 being some agree, etc. And then your choice around that. So vote now in the chat right now. I'd love to get a couple of votes, just see what you guys think. But to finish out the poll as well. Oh, that's fascinating. Well done, Red Dwarf. So, which is the best franchise, Red Dwarf or Doctor Who? Red Dwarf wins at 55%. Well done, Red Dwarf. That's amazing. Well done, Red Dwarf. Dave, as much as I like Red Dwarf and Doctor Who, too high. I mean, Doctor Who is a generational franchise with a lot of bonus material, like 4 spin-offs, loads of games, loads of comics. I mean, that is franchise-wise, it's like you really, it's one of the biggest franchises. And Red Dwarf for me just with longevity, quality of story. So that's where quality, consistency, and it has lots of books, etc. And I mean, it's so good. Like just the quality of the content is just so good that you know skewed it a little bit high. But I mean, it's just anyway. But like I said, guys, vote now. I'll go in 2 minutes. Like 2 minutes. Let me know right now if you think it was how close to the chart you are from a 10 to 1, 10 to 0. How much do you agree? Because I'm sure a lot of you have not seen. Oh, sorry. Have not played Mass Effect or whatever, and that's absolutely okay. Let me know how close you are to it. I'd like to know. Yeah. Let me know right now what you guys think about it. As I just quickly do something. I want to know what you guys think. Yeah. What would you rate it? Out of 10. How close you are to my list? Give it a vote. Give it a vote. I'll close out in a minute. And join Stuart tomorrow for his first reaction on Strange New Worlds. Interested to see how that goes. It's the first Kirk and Spock big episode, apparently. And next and Friday for the full review. Right, let's see. So we've got Lazarus said Halo B A. Fair enough. Raj 80% agree. Pretty good. Thanks so much. Dave 80%. Lazarus 75-80. Awesome. Dan absolutely hard to rank with lots not seen. 100%. Solid chart. Thank you, Captain Corky. Trekyards BS. Thank you. Appreciate it. Dan Ben 11% different. Raj and Dat Dude Vince 8. Love it. Thank you guys. Dan Ben, yep, Doctor Who's one of the biggest franchises for audios for sure. Absolutely. That dude have Riddick as an A, but any difference. Okay. Yeah, I just went that I love them, but like they're not as famous as the stuff in B. As good as they might be, like the difference in scale of like how far John Wick and Fast and Transformers went, kind of Riddick, and they're not. Oh yeah, it that's close, but it's like right in the sea. But I you know, I can't forgive you for Bake Off on that 8. Okay, fair enough. Hey, no spin-offs, no audios. You know, there's a reason for that. Well, it's franchise, not so quality of the piece itself. Million Fast Fisherman top as well. It's pretty close because you can't compare Fast Get James Bond though, right? Like there's franchise-wise crazy. Lazarus, hey, enjoy my Excelsior video. Thank you so much. Yeah, who in the chat would be interested in doing like a chat with me about the fan film, the Excelsior fan film? Because you know, put a lot of work into that. But just see what you guys think. Probably not, but you know, yeah, thank you. it would be nice to get some comments about that at some point. Lower into it. A lot of work. And gosh, how many views has it got now? It is continuing to grow, and that's very positive for me, because phew.
But it felt a lot longer one.
I didn't know if I was the hero of it, but I don't think I did a bad job, which is nice. Yeah, 16,820 views. Tremendous. Tremendous. Let's see. Captain Corky 8 out of 10. Ian 8 out of 10. Classfield 7.5 out of 10. Hey, thanks guys. I love the fact that I'm on a similar page. Thank you so much. Classic Feel, yeah, I mean, I just, man, you know, yeah. Oh, thank you, Sean. Appreciate you. What a guy. Oh, Marco, yeah. I think it's our 6th documentary, so we've done quite a few of them, all very different. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. I am going to go back to my next film, because that I want to release during Stranger World, as crazy as that is. Do watch that when it comes out, because there's a lot of fun stuff in it, including some pretty interesting stuff, which I'm doing, which you wouldn't expect. It's part of the fun of it. So yeah, thank you all. Join Stuart tomorrow for his first reaction to Stranger Worlds. I'll film with off before that, and then Friday for our full review, and then I'm filming a new film on Saturday, as well as working on one as well. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Classic, and everyone. As always, you guys make us go. As you know, it rhymed. Still then, he was Captain Foley. He's still Cockings. Thank you so much, guys. He'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.